Alright, what's happening, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This video is going to be going over one of my favorite characters from the Walking Dead comic book series, that is, Abraham. And of course, when we can expect to see him in the Walking Dead television series, as of course he has not entered quite yet because we are not at the point when he comes in, at least in the comic book series. So hopefully the TV show will be a lot different. That way it isn't too predictable. His first appearance in the Walking Dead comic book series is in issue 53, which is essentially in trade paperback number 9, which is Here We Remain, which is after the events of the prison. Minor spoilers for the comic book, although I'll try not to spoil too much, but to explain the character I kind of have to. After the incidents of the prison, Rick and many members of the group head back to the farm, Herschel's farm. And at the farm, they don't stay there too long until pretty soon another group of 3 people rolls up on them. And right here, you can see the first appearance of Abraham. He's there, he's got his gun. He's just putting it down as Andrea is on top of a roof and telling him to get the guns on the ground. Now, he arrives with 2 other people, and it's basically a 3-person group. So it's a very small group. I mean, you could even consider it as a trio, not even really an entire group in and of itself. You have Abraham, who is the leader, so to speak. He is the muscle, the leader. He is probably the most dangerous of the 3. He's the strongest of the 3, and he's the best at killing walkers out of the 3, and maybe one of the best overall in all of Rick's group that we've ever had. I mean, the guy's a monster. As soon as we meet him and he sort of works things out with Rick and all that, we've got a few really cool events. He uses a knife and he takes down this walker, and what's pretty damn cool, right here at the bottom, you can see he right there, he trips it, and then he shoves his knife that he's got his back right through its head. So this guy is one of the best at killing walkers there is in all the Walking Dead, for sure. And just a monster. Like, he's stomping him here. Really cool action scenes where he's just stomping him down over there. Very cool, man. Boot to the face. Awesome. Very cool. I especially like after that, there's another one here where he pulls out a pitchfork on one of them. Here, I'll show you guys real quick because it's pretty important for his character just to see how good he is. But he is a hothead. How good he is at killing walkers, I should say. So here's a scene where a few walkers stumble up on the farm, and you have him here with a pitchfork at the top. He pulls it out, and he stabs one right through the stomach there. Awesome. And then he just some really cool scenes here. He uses that and he puts him into another guy. Then he kind of throws him, tosses down, and just smokes the whole lot of them that are walking in with his knife and everything, and the pitchfork, of course. Goes through a couple pages. It's actually got a couple pages here of him just like, mangling walkers. There's a nice pitchfork to the face. Just smoking them. And then walking back like it ain't no thing. Very cool. Very cool. I don't have any covers on it with him, but you can definitely Google it and you'll be able to see exactly what it looks like if you haven't read the series or anything. Essentially, he's got a pretty big mustache and short hair, and he was in the Army. Let's see here. He was a sergeant, it looks like, in the U.S. Army and a sports coach before the outbreak. Abraham's main role in the group is to assist keeping the group members safe from any type of threat, and he sort of does, when we first meet him in the series, he's kind of conflicting with Rick, sort of in the same way Shane was, but not to the same extent, not to the same level, where he's kind of, because Abraham is used to having his group with the 3 of them, Eugene and Rosita, with him, and he's used to being the leader in that, type of scenario. Now, when he meets Rick, of course, Rick essentially is the leader of his own group, and if Eugene and Abraham and Rosita want to join that group, then they're going to have to be assimilated, so to speak, and probably, wouldn't exactly be the leader of it. So dealing with that, obviously, is going to have some issues there. And he does conflict with Rick quite a bit, but before long, they kind of sort of kick it off and become cool with each other afterwards and are able to get along. He stays in the story. I won't ruin what happens to him eventually or anything like that. I'm not going to say whether or not he dies. Those of you who read it know, or whether he's still alive. But he's got some very cool parts leading forward. When they get to Alexandria and they start to settle in and stuff, he becomes like a construction worker to build up the wall around it to protect them. And there's quite a few scenes of him killing walkers with his huge assault rifle and everything like that. So he's definitely a really, really cool character. Out of the three that they meet, I think probably the most interesting, though, might be Eugene, although it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's, it's up to you what you decide. Eugene essentially has tricked Abraham and Rosita into believing that he's the scientist and that they have to get to Washington on this kind of mission, so to speak. And it's all BS, basically. It's all nonsense. And we find that out pretty soon that it's nonsense, although Rick never seems to go for it from the get-go. Rosita and Abraham do have a relationship which eventually goes south in the new community when Abraham meets another chick, basically, which is pretty cool. And it just, makes for some of that, I don't know, Walking Dead soap opera drama that it does so well in a zombie apocalypse, which in any other story would be uncool, but in a zombie apocalypse, soap opera drama is cool. So that's how it is. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to say about Abraham without giving up too much about the character to those of you who have not read it. But he's a great character. He's really strong. He's a great shot, and he can take down tons of walkers at once. Really tough. And he's a pretty good leader, too, at the same time. At the end, it was really unexpected what happened to him. It sort of came out of nowhere. I didn't see this happening because I thought he had great potential as a character and everything to expand more and for other things to happen. But it was unexpected, but it was very cool at the same time, him leaving and everything. So I think that's pretty much all I want to say about it. When can we expect him in the shows? Second part. So I would think, I mean, at the pace they're going right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw him in season 4. Because we might be done the governor's story arc by the time season 4 comes around. And then they might bring him in to sort of catapult the next part of the story, which is them leaving and going on to different things. Because Abraham does serve, and Eugene, they do serve as a plot device to get the group off the farm again, because the farm is not very interesting. They had already been there at Herschel's farm, and Abraham coming in sort of gets them on the road and moving again and gets us into a new direction, which is very exciting and a lot of fun because we hadn't really seen that too much. Them being at the prison so much for so long, they hadn't really been traveling around and doing different things. So he also serves as that as well, or his little group does. In the future, what they're going to do with Eugene, Abraham, and Rosita, I mean, it'll be really interesting to see in the comic book series what will happen with them, or those of them that are still alive. I don't want to spoil anything, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with them, because otherwise they kind of just picked them up or Robert Kirkman just kind of picked them up as a plot device to get the group away from the location where they were at. So hopefully something does come about with them, because I think they are interesting characters. I think they are really cool. Abraham, of course, one of the biggest characters in the Walking Dead storyline, and one we haven't seen yet in the TV series. Pretty excited to see him. Can't wait. Some actors that could play him. I mean, there's lots of different actors that would be good for him. Lots of different action stars that would be cool. Anybody from the Expendables would be cool. Anybody like that would be really good. Let me think of someone in particular. I'm not sure, because the problem is that a lot of the actors you would think of would be too big. They'd be too like. They wouldn't take a TV show role like that unless they really loved it, because most of them would be doing movies and things of that nature. But any big muscular actor would probably be pretty good for Abraham. I don't think he's the hardest character to nail. He's pretty straightforward, pretty easy to go with. So looking forward to seeing him, probably season 4, maybe season 5 if they push it back. I'd like to see them go to a different location for a while that was not in the comic books and the TV series, and then I think we should probably see him within at least the next 2 seasons. Great character. Anyway, that's it for this character spotlight analysis. Let me know what you guys think about Abraham. Awesome character. Please keep it spoiler free for those of you who don't know what happens to him in the comic book series and what he does and what choices he makes. And please recommend another character if you guys want to see me do somebody else and when we can expect to see them. Lots of other characters in the series, of course, but definitely Abraham probably would be #1 for me in terms of because he was there for so long and we haven't seen him yet. Negan, of course, is another one that we can expect to probably see, but it'll be a while first, and there's lots of others too. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, saying peace.